Okay, hello. It's Kid Charlemagne back. Today we're talking Ladies of the Canyon. I do not have the physical copy, so I cannot show you too great of a album cover. I can show you this on the phone. You can look it up yourself. Um, just on the cover notes, really quick. I kind of wish I understood this. I wish I loved it. It's just so blank and open that um, there is literally more to be desired with all that space. Since I don't know, just like what I do like and on that cover, like the color, is just so minimal. I don't know. It makes you want more. I mean, yeah, no, I don't. I don't know if I want to hit on these covers so much because they're certainly more creative and inspired than a lot of like her fellow artists, and then of course many artists these days, what they're doing. So I don't know. I guess I'm mainly tending to stick to speaking more relative to her own album covers. So hopefully, it's not these comments are taken too hateful, but I don't know. I guess Clouds was a better cover, but this is still something. And then for the title Ladies of the Canyon, there is a title track, so that may explain more than anything I can say. But she did record this as a Lady of the Canyon, so, but okay, whatever. First impressions I had. It's a very good album. There's certainly a lot I will say for certain tracks um, in regards to kind of some like songs, lyrics, and themes for kind of just um, some stronger feelings I have for the album as a whole that I can express. But I don't know, I just have a weird relationship with this album due to mainly the second side of the album, which I take a lot of issue with. And I mentioned this with the cover, but I wish I loved the album more than I do, mainly because on its face, I don't find it to really add up to a lot. I'll get into this more with this next. I guess the first song we'll talk about, but it like musically, there's a lot of evolution going on, but lyrically, I don't think she's going too far with regards to like what she did in her past two works. So, Morning Morgantown, I think it's a solid opener. I'm a little irked by the alliterative title and how it fits in with the song and just how it comes off and sounds. I don't really like it. It can be quite annoying, but the song's mostly worth it for the chorus because you hear a piano, you hear percussion. Those are new instruments. It's not just a guitar anymore. Um, but because I mean, it's just great hearing her voice rise with that piano that kind of comes in. It doesn't really start right away, which I like a lot. And but no, like I said, the main takeaway here is we're getting more musically ambitious here. She's she's reaching out with this album. It's not. I mean, it's not saying a lot, but like these are kind of fusing my kind of main thoughts on the album. But for the song itself, I really don't see too much outside of like the chorus, which I find really lovely. Again, the alliterativeness of the title, very grating, I find. But I mean, look, sure, why not? It's a fine song. For free, good song alert. Here we are. Um, I don't know how much I have to say about the lyrics to this, really, but I do find, I mean, something about her voice and the piano, it's really a blessing that what is to come really with this piano. Like on the later albums, we get to hear a lot, but there's just it just adds so much depth to her words. There's a real like subdued texture when it's kind of just her voice and the piano versus her voice and kind of the fondling of the guitar, just those jangly strumming. Um, I just find so much more depth when she's with the piano. It kind of touches the heartstrings a lot easier, way more seamless. And then the clarinet, I love when that pops in. That bit's really great, and lyrically, I mean she's famous now. She witnesses the street musicians playing for free. Hey, look, that kind of used to be me, but I'm famous now. This real like Blade Runner, Tears in the Rain type deal. I mean, still though, I think it's one of my favorite tracks, even if lyrically I'm not too engaged with it. Um, the conversation, not the Coppola movie, but the song. I think it's pretty interesting, straightforward stuff, but it sounds great. Just a variety of music we have coming in with these first three songs. We get one with the piano, that first one with the percussion, and we get the clarinet going. Now we have the guitar. In the last two albums, it was just one straight through. But no, we've all been in this situation with this song. Um, we befriend someone in a relationship. We want to be with them. The person they're with, they are no good. But they're staying with that person anyway, and we're just left in such despair. Um, it's I don't know. It's not the most sorrowful song, but no, I haven't been in that situation. But what's so great about her in this song is how I guess we're she makes it so easy in a lot of these songs to kind of just fall into place with what she's experienced and she's talking about. And just some smaller things I like with this that trumpet that jumps in at the end, the dee da dee that she does with her voice, the little melodic bit, and then let me find that one line really quick. What is it? The sorry sentences. Where is she speaks in sorry sentences, miraculous repentances. I don't believe her. There are just a lot of little lines that those in this song that just roll off the tongue really well. And when it's coming from someone like her, it just sounds so beautiful. She makes it really good. But with this song too, and I guess with other songs, it's we get this we start to build into this overarching theme of perspective, um, and we'll kind of get more into that. But it's a good song about kind of perspective, how she is seeing things in her situation, and then how she's able to translate different perspectives in the whole consciousness and experience of kind of what is going on, that whole circle of people. But next up, Ladies of the Canyon, the title track. The album just keeps getting better. I kind of like to imagine the song is just Joni kind of creating characters out of people she's kind of just come across in California. And in the canyon, I think Laurel Canyon specifically. But she of course wasn't born there, didn't grow up there, so it's not really a new place in 1970, I think, when this was released. But I feel like when you move to a place, or maybe 1967, I think this is 1970. Maybe she just wrote it earlier. But like when you move to a new place, even if you're there for 3 or 4 years, it can still feel like new in a lot of senses. So you're still able, or someone like her is still able to translate that feeling of like a newness and still feeling as like a stranger to a land, who still is discovering people and things that are local to this land. And I think that's what she's really expressing in this song, which, like women with cats and like the sewing threads, baking cakes. I especially like the lines. What's that one? Let me find it really quick. Um, the colors up the yes at the end. And Estrella, dear companion, colors up the sunshine hours, pouring music down the canyon, coloring the sunshine hours. She does that little double lyric in the earlier stanzas. They are the ladies of the canyon. I mean that one line colors up the sunshine hours, pouring music down the canyon. It's a whole painting in just two lines. She's quite good at that. Willie, this one's a good song. It's sad, easy to understand, unfortunately. But I think it kind of goes. We're coming back to this theme of like perspectives, and that one line that kind of really sticks out to me. Is he can you not hear the chapel pealing silver bells, but you know it's hard to tell whether you're in the spell, if it's wrong or if it's real, but you're bound to lose. So, I mean, she's able to, of course, tell kind of her side and the situation going on, but when it comes to Willie, this other man who she's in love with, but he has love for her, but he knows he can never really bridge the gap and make them one, and it's bound to be a loss. But I think in the end, it's a good song. She's able to show that sorrow, but also show that there is like a shiny light in the storm. I think there's a lot more strength in this song compared to I think some of her writing in I guess that first album. So let's see. The arrangement, her voice is very beautiful in this song. It's not really one of my favorite tracks. I kind of admire it more as something that kind of like that kind of reaches past the surface, like just these two characters that can just be that there could be more than what could be. I think it's a very simple song. Like it's poignant though when you kind of think about it past what's just on the paper and just as a song, because hey, what could you be in this life? Like, couldn't you be more? Couldn't I be more in this life? Yeah, it's just those couple lines that kind of just the simplicity of it makes you think about more of kind of yourself than the song itself, which kind of makes me dock it a little. So, not really one that sticks with me too much. Rainy Night House 2. It might sound kind of stupid, but I almost like reading these lyrics as poetry more than listening to it as a song. It almost feels very monotonous when you listen to it. Nothing she's doing melodically or musically is too inspired, I feel like, or doesn't really kind of change throughout the album to make it too remarkable or rememberable, whatever, memorable. And it's just like monotonous with how focused it is, and that kind of just leads it to come off as just forgettable. So not the biggest fan. It's probably the weakest track on the album. And then The Priest. This is an interesting one. I don't think it's too strong, but to listen to, but I think it's kind of more of an interesting track to read over, kind of the opposite of the last song. Because, like, Religion, literally and figuratively, I feel like we haven't really heard her look into this much in her songs. And if we take this song literally, maybe we might find an explanation why. I mean, she's has a chance encounter with a priest, or kind of maybe this kind of a symbol for God. This person, and through this song, it's a what is expressed is her kind of own subconscious doubts about religion and God, which come from whatever non-specified past like experiences and encounters. Um, like confessions and contradictions are what is found to be most striking with her about religion, and just it all comes off as this internal journey and conflict. But maybe I'm completely off base, and this is about something else, some past lover or whatever. I don't know. Maybe I don't feel too strong about this and have this too much in a rotation with this album because I don't really fully understand it. But musically and melodically, it doesn't lend enough for me to really come back to it. So next we have Blue Boy, which is a very standout track. Finally, no, but it's just a very heartbreaking song. With how high pitched her voice is, it makes it just so angelic. Um, in her like delivery of these words of longing, and what she's singing for. The last stanza, in particular, I like a lot because the first two kind of build up a bit more straightforward and linearly about um, a man she pines for and takes in and is with, who kind of someone who's like a like a statue, in the sense that like he's he's has a cold heart for her. He is only with her in kind of like some scenarios and some situations. It's not really like it's what the kids these days may call a situationship. This song is. But that last stanza, though, what I was saying, it's coming back to perspectives, because in those last couple nights or lines, he will come a few more times till he finds a lady statue standing in her door. So she's just like, the whole song is like, oh, this man I love, he's just a statue, a void. Why am I so into this if I can't actually have him? But I can only have him sometimes. But in those sometimes, it's so good. The unrequited love, and now maybe he will find this unrequited love. He will find a lady statue who is not always there for him. I like this one a lot. What is the next song on this album? Oh, yeah. Oh, Big Yellow Taxi. This is not a good... I don't understand why this is so popular. This is like... You look it up. It's one of our most popular songs. It's... I just baffled, really. It's... Okay, it's got like a good message. It's progressive. Like, we gotta save the environment and stuff. They're paving down paradise, the nature, and they're putting up a parking lot. Oh no. But it just has some of the most lazy and the least profound lyrics I've ever heard from her. Especially this is like, I just cringe and physically squirm and roll my eyes every time I hear they took all the trees, put them in a tree museum, and they charge the people $1.50 just to see them. Wow, it really makes you think about things that we see in real life like this that are going on right now. Wow, really, there's no depth at all to this song. Why do people love this? I guess it's very catchy guitar, and I mean the chorus is good. The "Don't it always seem to go," that's like catchy. That can get stuck in your head. That part's good, but wow, oh man, this song is really annoying. I don't it's not a bad song, but it's not even a top 50, top 75 Joni Mitchell song. So what are we doing here? And then and then at the end when she does those vocal inflections and the giggling, just please be serious. I don't like this song. I don't understand. I think there's a very popular cover the Counting Crows did. I think that's very well known, but not a good song either. Yeah. And then Woodstock. So yeah, this Woodstock, like the Priest, Rainy Night House. It kind of is branching back to what I was talking about earlier about how the side two of this album kind of just collapses this album and really doesn't crush the album for me, but it doesn't help me really connect with it as much as I'd hope to, given how more like musically evolved and inspired it is. Because I do respect it a lot, but like, I mean, I'll get into it a bit more. But let me just say, with Woodstock, look, I know she wrote the song, so she deserves credit for that. But every time I hear Woodstock or like think of like Woodstock as a song, I hear that dun 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 dun, that Neil Young guitar riff going in to the CSNY song, and then the Steven Stills. I think he's doing the vocals. That's the perfect song. I don't need to hear really any other version. I know it's probably because that's just the version of the song I know that's just been so canonized in my mind. And and then I hear Mitchell's version, it's kind of like the opposite musically. It's just so much slower and like so quiet, and it just kind of falls flat for me. So I also don't really care how little I really have to say about her version of the song, because not only of how canonized the CSNY song is in my mind, but also how canonized this song in general is. It's a very big song, incredibly popular impression at the time. So like, if you love this song, cool. But like, I mean, if you do love this song, I don't think it matters what anyone else has to say about it. Like, you're not really gonna hear, I feel like, anything new just because of how it's just one of those popular songs. What's said has been said. I don't. If it wasn't on the album, that would be great. The last song, though, The Circle Game. You know, it's a beautiful closer. She's quite good at closing albums. If you noticed, between this and Both Sides Now, this is an incredibly beautiful song. Backing vocals by Crosby, Stills, and Nash. Most overrated and irrelevant band, like, almost ever. Like, Neil Young leaves, he becomes one of the best singer-songwriters ever. So, I mean, that's kind of all you really need to know about them. But I won't continue on with that. That's topic for another day. Yeah, no, in all seriousness, this is an amazing song. Really hits hard personally for me. I mean, time, it goes on. Every year is like the same circle, whether we're going slow or fast in life, whether we have clear goals in mind or not, whether we know what we're doing. Time waits for no one. Dreams when we're young, these dreams may be big, and then when we're 23 years old, we may not have any dreams at all. And then maybe at 33, we may have more dreams, and we may have lived dreams we haven't even thought of at the age of 23. So it's all we can do is really just keep riding that carousel of time. It's just a lovely song. There is good poetry in it, I promise, and imagery, but it's one you can listen to for yourself, and if you know music, you'll find a line in it. If you don't like this song, that's you just shouldn't listen to music, I guess. But wow, that's the album. It's like a good record, I promise. It gets the 4-star rating, but it's a very weak 4. Cause like I just have to give it credit for how she's the clear and quick evolution musically because of those last two albums, which were good and then great, while still kind of just be musically uninspired and just nothing really, just with guitar. And then this, we get a whole lot, and it all kind of works honestly. Like, there are great tracks, but lyrically, I don't. I mean, Circle Game. What's that? The Blue Boy, For Free, Ladies of the Canyon. Those like are four excellent, some of her best tracks ever. But I mean, the rest of the album lyrically, I don't think it reaches like super new heights, or I think it's pretty thematically a little redundant to what we've heard in the past from her. So yeah, um, not too much. I just it's a weird album. There's not a lot to write home overall with it, in my opinion. Um, but it's better than the first one. But I still think Clouds is a stronger record than this. And yeah, no. But that's about it. The next one's a big album apparently, so we'll find out with that one. But enjoy your day or night.